Hello. Welcome back to another installation of What Will Lou Do. Today we are having a look at the Smith & Wesson Performance Center. This is not going to be an unboxing, overview, thoughts, review, any of that. I did a video on this a long time ago, but it was one of the videos that got deleted as part of the whole Seagate hard drive debacle. So you guys never got to see this. This I had some issues with right out of the box. Didn't even realize it while I was oiling it and cleaning it before I shot it. The main issue I had with it was a trigger malfunction. Okay, so I'm having an issue here with the trigger. All it does is click, 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 click. That's what I get. Now, I didn't know it, but it happened to me right out of the box in a video I was shooting for YouTube. But this there, it just finally fired. Reset it again. If you pull that trigger slightly to the right, it'll fire every time. And just to show you for sure, when it actually fires, it'll fly off of here. Nothing. But then you pull it slightly over to the right, and there it goes. So I was having that issue, clicker. I didn't know when it was gonna fire and when it would. And so I kind of sat it aside trying to figure out, what do I do about this? Should I try to fix this myself? Should I take advantage of Smith & Wesson's warranty? And that's what I did. I decided to go that route. Well, flash forward 3 months later, 3 months it took them to get this back to me. I just got this today and it has to go back. That's right. And I'm going to show you guys what they did. I cannot believe the nerve, the audacity of these people. But after 3 months, you're not going to believe what they did to this Pustola. Now, in all, there was like a total of 5 different issues. So we got the trigger, we got the finished chip, we had the finish basically vaporizing around the portholes, not only on the barrel, but on the actual slide itself. So that was 3 issues. The recoil spring, it had to be in a very specific configuration. Otherwise, the guide rod would be sticking out like that. And so you have to take it back apart and twist it to just the right area. And 5, the 13 round magazine would not hold 13 rounds. It would get to 12, but once you got to that 13th, it was virtually impossible to stick it in there. I even bent my Maglula Plula speed loader, or what I like to call it, my medulla oblongata. I even bent it in the process of trying to load that magazine, you know? So after all that, I was like, no. I paid way too much money for this quality of stuff. So I was like, you definitely have to take this back and make it right. Took it, they did, but they did not make it right. And so without further ado, let's get into this. Again, this is the Performance Center. This was actually the EDC kit that they had. It comes with this little pouch, comes with this little knife, flashlight, and then you would stick your Pustola right there. Let's just go ahead and show you guys. I'm not gonna try to make this a long video. So they wanted me to send it back in the original packaging. You keep your mags, your locks, your paperwork, all that stuff, because it may potentially not make it back. So if you have to send one of these off, just whatever it is that you're wanting to get repaired, that's what you send off. So this is the work order. Now, I just figured this out before I was prepping doing this, but you can see here, this is the repair order. Cosmetics, finish frame. Does that not sound like to refinish the frame, right? Okay, so marks in front of trigger on. Trigger has to be pulled to the trigger sticks. At first I was like, what in the world happened here? But these are excerpts from my original letter. They have you write a letter of what you want repaired and why and so on and so forth. I had put a little tape or a little mark, you know, indicating where the finished chip was so that they wouldn't miss it, because I missed it when I first purchased it. And we looked that thing over well, but not well enough. And then the trigger has to be pulled to the, I had said pull to the right. You see here, Shield Plus, right? This is the model, Shield Plus Performance Center. And so this is what they said they did to it, okay? Evaluate/repair, replace sear. Okay, so I'm guessing that this was the issue. I actually thought it was the trigger bar. I thought at the end it was, you know, curved off, because I had tinkered with it a little bit myself and thought that I had repaired it. But then again, while it was loaded, it got that click again. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to let them take care of it. But they say it was the sear. I've not fired it, but I just pulled it, click, click, click. It doesn't click anymore. Now it says pass range test. And then look right here. What does this say? Replace slide. So they replaced the slide instead of finishing it like I thought this meant. So let's just take a gander at this, okay? So this is basically how I packaged it. I put this in here so nothing really got damaged. And then you put this box in another box, because if you bring this into one of those locations, you know, people are gonna flip out. He's got a, you know what? Let's just have a look-see here, right? Now, first of all, they didn't even bother to clean this thing up. It is filthy. It's got like this grease residue all over it, and I've not bothered to clean it up either because, like I said, it's going back. So what's the issue? Well, the issue is right here. What's that say? M&P Shield. Not Shield Plus, Shield 2.0. They replaced this with an old slide, one that basically is of far less value than the Shield Plus model that I originally purchased and paid good money for. Just say hypothetically, I went and tried to resell this to someone else. They're going to give me Shield 2.0 money instead of Shield Plus money. That may not be like a huge difference for the kit that I bought. Oh yes, it's a big difference. So that right there, I did not appreciate at all, that they would go and give me an old slide when I paid specifically for that Shield Plus. Because if I wanted to do this, I could have just purchased one of those or the slide and got out way cheaper than having to pay for this entire kit. That I'm not cool with, so they're getting this back. And even if I was fine with it, look here. What is going on with these engravings here? It's like it started and then faded and then finished. But I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but they are barely embedded. I mean, there's another angle for you. It just looks terrible. And not only that, the sights, they appear to be scuffed up in places. I don't know if the person took my sights off and stuck it on here or what, but yeah, this right here, no bueno. And like I said, it's going back to them mañana. I was going to do it today, but my wife was like, you know what, you need to do a video on this before you ship it off and show people what the problem is you're having. Because like I said, this one here, right, this is my EDC. I've not had one single issue out of this one. But then when we get to this one, it was like just a complete lemon. And that's what I believe it is. I don't believe this is a reflection on the overall quality of the Smith & Wesson products, but this one was just doomed. It was dead on arrival, man. They did fix the trigger issue. This, however, is completely different. This is not my slide, and it's not even the one that's supposed to be on there. Again, not happy about that. And I only fired this thing, like I said, like 3 to 5 times. And it was vaporized. Like this all in here was basically like rust tinted that same day. It wasn't like hours later. All the finish right there was just vaporized, and in these portholes as well. Now I understand that that's probably going to happen eventually because of that fire coming out of there. But on 3 to 5 shots, what? At this rate, it wouldn't last. And then the guide rod, it would be way out here. When you went to stick it back in, if you didn't get that spring twisted in just the right configuration, this thing would stick out and you would have to take it back apart and do it again and twist it a little bit and try until you finally got it in the right spot. That was also very annoying. And then the magazine, like I said, is not taking 13. Actually, the 13 and the 10 round would not take that last round. I remember that now because I included that in the note. With all that, it was like, oh, no. You guys take this thing back, make it right. Make me happy, but I can't accept this. This is garbage. And so 3 months later, 3 months and like 3-4 days, this is what I get. The slide replaced with a cheaper model. And I didn't okay this. And I kept trying to ask them, well, how long is this going to be? You know, I kept checking in and checking in because I originally was quoted 2 to 4 weeks, which becomes 12 weeks, 12 plus weeks. Absolutely ridiculous. So I was like, well, can you at least tell me what the repairs are? What all are they going to repair? The woman's like, I'll send an email over to the repair department or warranty department. I forget what she referred to it as. Once I hear back from them, I'll relay the message to you, which never came, by the way. They just said, oh, good news, it's finally done and you should be receiving it this week. And I was like, oh, okay. But I still didn't know what was repaired. And I guess technically you could say everything. I didn't check the issue with the recoil spring. Yeah, see, I don't think this isn't the same one. Yeah, this isn't the same recoil spring either. So I guess they replaced that as well. Because mine, it had a bit of paint or color or something on the end. But to say, oh, there it went. This is what it would do. That's hilarious that I was trying to show you guys that. Now, this is probably my fault for not putting it back in, right? But this is what it would do. And it wouldn't do it just once. It was repeatedly. And so I would have to pull it back and then turn it. Like I said, today was supposed to be a exciting day and I was looking forward to this and it just took the wind right out of my sails. Anyway, I thought I should bring this up to you guys. Again, I'm not trying to bash the company or the Shield Plus. When things like this happen, it's our job to bring that to your attention so that you know that, hey, look these things over very well. Don't just buy one and let someone like show it to you. Like you handle it, you inspect that thing with a fine-tooth comb because once you own it, it's yours. They don't exchange them, nothing. They'll swap out parts all day, but you ain't getting it's like I was like, can't you just send me a slide and I'll just mail you the other one back? And they're like, nope, can't do it. You got to mail it to us. I'm like, ugh. Great. I'm not trying to steer anyone away from getting the Shield Plus Performance Center. As you can see, I'm still trying to get it up and running. You know, I don't want to trade this or to sell this or anything. I mean, I really enjoy this one. Again, I'm not trying to deter anyone from getting them. I think they're fantastic values. I just got a lemon here, and while they repaired it, they made an already bad experience worse by making me send it back out to them. Hopefully they do something, you know, like, I don't know, some small gesture to be like, hey, you know what, for all this trouble we've caused you, here's a magazine, or here's a gift card, here's something, a t-shirt, you know. I probably wouldn't wear it, but I'm just saying, you know, it's like something to be like, we apologize. Because that's the issue I have with big companies. They're so big, you can't get in touch with anybody who would do something like that. You know, it's all these customer service reps and you can't get with anyone in charge. Someone in charge would be like, oh, okay, look, we're going to put a rush on this. We're going to get this fixed for you. Something like that, you know. But the customer service reps, they're just like, oh, my hands are tied. I can't do anything. And it's just so annoying. Then you have the adverse reaction with some of the smaller companies that they care about their reputation and all, but they try to nickel and dime you and get every little penny out of you. And even some of them, they don't want to compromise, like PSA is one. It's like, hey, what about this? You've got some damage here on this slide. You're not going to discount that even a little bit? Because most places will, at least like 5-10%, something like that. They're like, nope, if you don't want it, don't buy it. And it's like, okay, well, excuse me then. I guess you won't be taking my $1,000 after all, you know? Anyway, as you can tell, I'm a little frustrated with all my recent interactions with all these companies. I don't know, I have the worst luck when it comes to customer service and getting things repaired or sorted out. It just takes me forever. So we hope that, you know, you guys will take this with a grain of salt. Like I said, this is just my experience. I'm by no means telling you to stray away from the Performance Center. Conversely, I actually want all you guys that have a Shield Plus Performance Center to leave your testimonies in the comments section. That way, you know, you can show people that, hey, it's a great model, you know. This guy just happened to get a complete lemon. And if you've had something similar, then by all means, let us know that too, because this may have occurred more than once. I don't know, but it's our duty to inform our neighbors in this community, the 2A community, and to look out for one another and to avoid this happening to someone else. Because like I said, this absolute nightmare, dead on arrival, this thing. And now it's going back in the coffin once more. Hopefully when it comes back, it will be revived and twice alive. That's going to do it for this video. Tried not to make it too long. If I get this thing back and it's fixed, I will do a thorough review on this, and I want you guys to see my first shots with it. We're still sorting out some things with the range, proper location, and making sure that we construct it well to where nothing falls over. Because I'm going to make it pretty high to where I can shoot high targets, not just targets laying on the ground. So I'm excited about that, but got to get a move on it because I got a lot of pistolas that you guys need to see actually being fired, and some that I've not even fired myself yet. Yeah, looking forward to that. Also, got a giveaway coming up for you guys, for subscribers only though. So whenever I post that video, you have to be a subscriber, you have to like that video, and you have to leave your comment. And we're probably going to do something like a scavenger hunt. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be, but it will be related to whatever we're giving away. I have quite a few different items that I want to give away. There's some good stuff for you guys coming up, so keep your eyes peeled for that and make sure you subscribe. Speaking of which, that brings us to our close. So if you found this video helpful, we ask that you strike that like, swell that bell, subscribe and vibe with us to make us feel all appreciated and whatnot. We appreciate you guys for watching. As we always say, seek the Lord while he may be found, and call upon him while he is near, because he is near unto those that be of a broken heart, and save such that be of a contrite spirit. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. He resists the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. So cast yourself down before the Lord, and he will lift you up. Until next time, guys, take care and God bless.